Primary, tell me, what is this portal?
Is this some kind of trick question?
Bear with me. What is it?
Some kind of trans-dimensional gateway, I think.
No, simpler than that.
The portal is a device, a machine. At the heart of it, the portal is a computer, processing data. Just like the universe could be considered, in some ways, a computer, processing data.
What data?
Us, you and me, all the galaxies around us, and the laws of physics that entwine us. The portal is a link between two massive computers, and we're information being transmitted from one to the other. In a way, this is a staging area, or rather a storage area. Its memory capacity could be huge, perhaps large enough to store the entire hub if necessary.
A brilliant deduction, Primary. Though I still don't quite see how that helps us escape from this wretched place.
Then let me explain. The reason that everything is so messed up in here is because we're inside the computer, rather than being in a real environment. That is why we can see each other. There is no light. It must be some kind of residual image each of us produces, while we're stored in the computer's memory banks. And that is why we cannot reach the portal, despite our best efforts. We've yet to be transmitted.
Me just arrived too. So how we get transmitted? Me no see no switch conveniently lying around. I suppose we just send ourselves. We're machines after all. We should just command ourselves to transmit, like we would send a command to lift an arm or move a leg or transform. Our bodies would be reconstructed on the other side, somehow, using the information stored in here. That sounds ridiculous. You're just full of baloney, Springer. Get up, we're through. Huh? What's going on? We must find some cover. Otherwise, Decepticon spy satellites will soon detect us. Decepticons? Are we on Cybertron or some facsimile? It's a facsimile. I mentally sent the image to the portal's mainframe to transmit all of us. I'm sorry I shocked you. Hey, I wasn't shocked at all. You just caught me off guard. But don't do that to me again, Springer. Whatever. Look, Prime's already leading the others to safety. This way. Springer, where are we? The red zone? Negative. I instructed the computer to take us to the one place on Cybertron where I could be fairly sure that there would still be Autobots, perhaps in secret bases deep underground. No, please. Not Iacon. I thought you were dead.
I've heard that many times, but I'm still here. And I don't blame you for not trusting him.
I suppose you do trust him?
Well, I did used to be a Decepticon. The first Decepticon.
Did. Past tense. You're an Autobot now. And that creep stands against all the values we Autobots hold dear.
Let me explain something for you. Most of you Autobots seem to think the Decepticons have no redeeming features, and that they are all evil, murdering, backstabbing, selfish creatures, who you despise. Was I any of those things before I swapped allegiances? Was I not a Decepticon? Please, Springer, tell me honestly. What do you consider of me?
You're different, Primary. I wouldn't have pleaded with you to join us if I hadn't seen something good in you.
Because we saved each other's lives maybe a dozen times over. That I disobeyed a direct order from my superiors to kill you, and thus ensuring a bounty was placed on my own head for doing so. Why did I take those actions, Springer? Why? These are hardly the actions of a Decepticon.
I don't know, Primary. Maybe you realized you were fighting for the wrong side.
It is not as simple as that. It is because of loyalty. You saved my life, and I could not carry out the orders to take your life in cold blood. Over the years, we kept looking out for each other, saving each other countless times through loyalty. The Decepticons have loyalty, just as the Autobots do. The Decepticons are loyal to Megatron, except those that are blinded by the thirst for power. And what good has it done any of them?
Are you saying that you're loyal to Megatron?
No, I'm an Autobot. I'm loyal to you, my friend, and my commander. However, to an extent, I trust Megatron. Axis and his cohorts are a threat to all of our races. And as Megatron said, we are all on the same side now. We cannot trust each other, other than we are as good as dead. And now even Prime respects him enough to consider him as an equal at least.
What do you find amusing? Oh, I trust Megatron, after a fashion. I trust that he cannot be trusted. After so long, he appears again, just as the most critical moment in the war, acting as though nothing had happened. I don't believe in coincidences, Primary. He's hiding something. You should ensure that Springer is kept on a tight leash, Prime. Otherwise, an unfortunate accident may befall him. While you and I have kept locked away in the bowels of the hub, we cannot dream of the horrors that Springer has had to face up to. Look around you, Megatron. For Springer to have fought against overwhelming odds, literally right down to almost the last man, and emerge victorious is an achievement that could even have been impossible for the two of us. He deserves our applause and gratitude. And now, just when he thought his enemy had been defeated, all of a sudden you reappear like a never-ending reminder of the futility of the war. Strike down our enemy. Another simply reappears and rears its head in place. You cannot blame Springer for not trusting you. I'm not interested in his insecurities. In the grand scheme of things, he is nothing. I am more interested in you, Prime. How so? We talk like old friends, even though we both know we can never be that. Even after our alliance. Do you trust me? Have you given me any cause to? When have you ever cared about what other people think of you? Normally I would crush any dissenters underfoot, but here it is different. I am trapped with a group of Autobots. And so it helps to know in what regard I am held. You animals. You murdering animals. This is not my work, Prime. You surely cannot blame me for this atrocity. Whether it was the Megatron of the past or the future means little to me. You are one and the same, capable of equal evil. Prime, I hate to admit it, but Megatron's correct. He didn't do this. There'll be time to blame and mourn later. Right now, we gotta figure out what our next move is. Well, yes, I let my emotions get the better of me. Yet Autobase was to be found here. Iacon destroyed, what hope is there? If Autobot's not here, then must be somewhere else. Is Cybertron too dangerous for Autobots? Maybe they up there. Fine. I don't suppose somebody has a shuttlecraft conveniently lying around down here. Wait here. I will return to this location within 10 breams with transport capable of taking us to your moon bases. Just don't break the game that the sub is playing, Megatron. I have free reign on Cybertron and can take what I like. Be careful not to bump into your past self. It would undoubtedly cause unnecessary complications for our mission here. Naturally, I assume you will have the good sense to remain under some cover until my return. Primary, come with me. Isn't this a little overkill? I thought we might need something a little tougher than a regular transport, so I borrowed this gunship instead. You think you raised anyone's suspicions? Battle stations, everybody. Megatron, head for Moon Base 1 at maximum velocity. Surrender, traitors, or die. Scratch that. Why am I being so charitable? I'll just kill you anyway. Starscream, you little... Save it, Megatron. If we don't get out of here, we're going to end up as nothing more than scrap metal. I don't know who you are, but you're obviously fools to believe you can outmatch Starscream, the future leader of the Decepticon. Starscream, I will tear your head from your twitching corpse. Megatron, that can't be you.
This is Silverbolt, commander of the Autobot Squadron, the aerial bots. You are in Autobot airspace. Leave immediately or we shall be forced to take deadly action.
Autobots, kill them. Kill them now. We still have a problem here. Send a reply. Tell them we surrender and we wish political asylum. The Decepticon gunboat is too big a prize for them to give up. Logically, as a result, they'll take us in. The aerial bots don't need to know who we are just yet. They might not have believed us, thinking instead we were some kind of Decepticon ploy to infiltrate Autobase. Once we are on Moonbase 1, we can talk to someone who will understand and try to get the ball rolling from there. That someone wouldn't happen to be a tall red Autobot, who's also called Optimus Prime. We talk like old friends, though we both know we can never be that. Even after our alliance, do you trust me? Have you given me cause to? When have you ever cared about what other people think of you? Normally I would crush any dissenters underfoot, but here it is different. I am trapped with a group of Autobots, and so it helps to know what regard I am held. In that case, consider Springer's feelings mutual amongst all of us, Megatron. The only difference is that I am willing to give you a chance, but only one chance, mind you. If you overstep the limit, if you just look at one of us badly, I'll give the order to have you pummeled into another incarnation. Should that happen, Prime, I hope for your sake that other incarnation is not Galvatron. Something is wrong. No kidding. We're trapped. The portal is no closer than it was when we set out. I thought Megatron seemed to know where he was going. Evidently, he doesn't know as much as he'd like to think he does.
Listen to what you're saying, Springer. We can't be trapped. They wouldn't have built the portal only for it not to work. There must be a way out. We only have to find the door.
Unless the Decepticons did something to the portal to stop us traveling through it. Though I admit that's doubtful. There's something we're not quite seeing here.
So it's true.
Indeed. But our personal feelings must await another time. Time, I'm afraid, is something we have precious little of.
Why should I believe you? You appear with no warning, no explanation, yet you claim to be me. We are on the cusp of our final battle with the Decepticons, a battle which will decide the fate of the galaxy, and your appearance at such a time is hugely suspicious. Even you must concede that.
The timing is of no coincidence. We are from the future, where things haven't worked out quite how we would have liked. Our aim in the past is to prevent the future from happening. This is a critical time for the Autobots. There are more enemies out there than you would know.
The evil you face in your time is so great that you've even united with Megatron?
If you don't believe me, look inside yourself, inside the creation matrix that you carry within. The matrix and we are kin. A symbiotic consciousness. It recognizes me, it recognizes the truth of what I say. I believe you. What is it you need of us? There's not enough time to explain everything here, but suffice to say that there is another group of Decepticons out there, hidden from you, building an empire that will one day engulf this part of the galaxy. Their base is near this area, and this is where we must travel.
We can't. What of the war here?
There's also another enemy out in the depths of space heading this way. His name is... Hold your horses. I'm detecting a faint distress signal from the Sagitta system. Audio only. Please to anyone. This is Sagitta. Under attack from all sides. Can't stop them. Their cities destroyed. Millions dead. Please help. Decepticons.
Decepticons? How could they have gathered such a large attack force and sneaked it off Cybertron without our satellites detecting them? Indeed, why would they? Cybertron must be defenseless now.
We told you there were other Decepticons out there. The Sagitta system is just one of the closest inhabited systems to this part of the galaxy. The Empire must be making its big move into this part of the galaxy, recognizing the Autobot and Decepticon forces on Cybertron are already occupied with each other.
Every fiber of my being wishes to help the inhabitants of Sagitta, but I cannot abandon the war here. We may not get a better chance to stop the Decepticons for good. Besides, our forces are already in their striking positions, just waiting for their attack orders. We have caches of weapons ready and hidden beneath the green camouflage veils that you have seen on your approach to the moon base. Once the refueling ship returns from Earth.
The shuttle already left for Earth. We're too late. Megatron cannot be allowed to conquer Earth. I don't understand. The Megatron of your own time has captured your refueling shuttle, and right now is taking it to a tank force to destroy the Autobot city on Earth. How many Autobot troops are stationed there? Not enough. Then we must stop him ourselves. When did the shuttle leave? Just a few beams ago. You might have seen it take off. Then we can still catch them. You must investigate this sudden attack on Sagitta. Take this year's Optimus Prime with you and show him firsthand the danger we will face. Make him understand. What are you going to be doing while we're gone? I will travel to Earth. Someone must stop Megatron. If he's allowed to transform into Galvatron, our cause may be lost before it has even begun. Prime, no. If what we know about this time period is true, the cost is too high. Send me instead.
The only way I can be sure that the threat of Galvatron is ended is if I do it myself. And that is the end of the matter. Hound, Sunstreaker, and the Dinobots will come with me. Your plans for battle here are destined to come to naught. Focus on the Decepticon Empire, for they are the real enemy.
Let me come with you, Prime. I can help. No, it's too risky. You cannot interfere with the destiny that your past self has in front of him on Earth. Besides, Springer will need as much help as he can get. I must do alone. May Primus be with you, my friend. How is everything going, Wheeljack? Relax, Wheeljack. Hot Rod is still down at the lake. I just came by to see how things are going. Badly. The maintenance and upkeep on these shuttles has been shoddy. If I find out who's been running the spaceport here in my absence, then they'll wish they were on the front lines of Cybertron when I'm through with them. Wheeljack, the battle comes here. The shuttles may be our last escape route. How long before we're going to have them function? Well, if we really got working, we would have them flyable by the end of the day, but it'll take a few days more before we iron out all the problems. I'm sure you'll get it done in time. I'll try my best, sir. Sir Magnus, what about you? Huh? Look, all of us here are frustrated we can't join in the battle. I'm sure that's the case for you also. Wheeljack, I've never felt more helpless in my life. I feel as though I should be doing something more than I am. There's no more than 50 of us here. Prime has amassed 1,000 troops for the attack on Cybertron. An extra 50 would not help greatly. However, if things go wrong, we could be crucial here. I suppose you're correct. Yeah, well, let's hope it doesn't come down to that, eh? We've seen too much war, too much death for us to keep asking for more. Perhaps we can dream the impossible dream that we've already fought our last battle. Perhaps. But I fear the dream will forever remain beyond our grasp. Keep up the good work, Wheeljack. And report back when you've got the shuttles fixed. Affirmative, sir. Wheeljack, if the Decepticon forces arrive here, what is the estimated probability of the success of our defense platforms of keeping them out? Based on our most recent assessment of the Decepticon forces, the probability is 47.5%. How long could we keep the Decepticons at bay if they break through? With the aids of the Autobots occupying the city, my defense routines could hold them off for a few hours. However, if they break through my walls, it's all over. Adios, Autobots. Charming. Skids, the following order I'm about to give you is between you and Wheeljack and me. Do you understand? Absolutely. If the Decepticons break through your defenses, their victory will be total. We cannot allow that to happen. Absolutely. Absolutely. Should they break through, I will give you the following order. It is not to be questioned by anyone. It will have the authorization code Magnus 0001. Only I will have the authority to override it. Should I fall during the battle, you will initiate it automatically. If not, you shall wait for my command. Absolutely. Absolutely.
This is the most important order I will ever give you. With this authorization code, I want you to lower the fusion rods in the reactor and initiate a chain reaction. Enough energy will be released to destroy not only the Amaranthian city, but the Decepticons as well, and much of the hub. If I fall in battle, don't wait. Do it straight away.
That much energy would destroy the portals. They'll never be used again.
Wheeljack, do you understand what I'm asking you to do?
Absolutely.
It's better if you don't dwell on it for too long.
You can count on me, Ultra Magnus.
Good. I knew I could.
Sir, I'm picking up a message from the approaching Autobot shuttle. It's the fuel shuttle, making final approach. Their autopilot system is asking for clearance to land.
Damn, they're early. Fine, command the defense platforms to stand down and let them through. I'll meet them at the runway. Remember, don't tell anybody about our conversation. Once I've dealt with the refueling shuttle, we'll begin preparations for the battle ahead. Let's make sure we give those tin can cons a fight to remember.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Wait a minute, you three didn't come from the shuttle. I thought you were somewhere else.
Me Grimlock King. Me come from other dimension, where your decision to blow up hub causes Decepticons to win the war.
Grimlock? What are you talking about? Grimlock tell truth. Shuttle coming is trick. Galvatron destroys timeline. Autobots in dead universe. All dead.
Well, that's just Prime.
Oh no, get the wreckers in here. Afraid the wreckers are all dead, Magnus. Except me. Then we must activate the Magnus code and destroy the city.
Megatron must be stopped, no matter the cost.
Megatron.
One shall stand, one shall fall.
Why throw away your life so recklessly?
That's a question you should ask yourself, Megatron.
No, I'll crush you with my bare hands. What are you? Oh, please continue. Destroy him. I just like to watch. I would have waited an eternity for this. It's over, Prime. Never. Optimus Prime is dead. Prime died in vain. Me see Megatron escape with Decepticons. I don't know, Grimlock. Megatron looked as though he'd taken a beating as well. Falling all that way as he did. Maybe he won't survive the trip back to Cybertron. Maybe not good enough. Me must see Megatron dead first, before me believe it. As much as I hate to admit it, you're the highest ranking Autobot among us. So it's up to you. What do you want to do? I say we finish Prime's work. We take shuttle and go to Cybertron. Kill Megatron on hospital bed if necessary. Anyone opposed? What is it? I'm not sure. Distortion field up on a platform where Prime and Megatron fought. No one else came on shuttle with us. Whoever it is, they can't be friendly, or else they would have introduced themselves by now. Let's circle around and trap him. We see you. Might as well give up. Is he alive? What you doing here? Hot rod, but how? That thing broke you back there. It's complicated, Springer. What you doing in two places at once? What's wrong, Hot Rod? I disobeyed Prime's orders and sneaked onto the shuttle when it left Cybertron. I had to do something, you understand. I couldn't be left behind again, not with him, not with Springer. I've already lost RC. I couldn't sit around waiting for more disasters to unfold. I wanted to help Prime somehow. Yet I knew I couldn't reveal myself too early. I wasn't meant to be here. I watched Prime and Megatron fight. Prime was winning. He'd won. And then... That wasn't you? No, it's worse. It was my younger self. I had to watch as my younger self came tearing in and got Prime killed. Prime would be alive if it weren't for him. Yet he's me, isn't he? I was him long ago, but he's a fool. It's cost us any hope we may have had left. Damn him. I hate him as much as I hate Springer. I hate myself. I'm to blame. We all lost hope recently because of many things. Yet we fight on. Me not great fan of Prime, but if me die same dignity he did, me be proud. Events teach me much. Teach me that me keep fighting, keep going, till the very end. Prime not want us to give up. We not cowards. If we must die, we die with honor. We not go out without fight. Everyone agree. Don't you think this is all a bit of a coincidence? Didn't we already discuss this? Bear with me, Springer. I know you deliberately chose this time period to travel to, but your reaction to the news of the attack on Sagitta struck me as one of surprise. I admit I didn't anticipate this. This is something new. It worries me a little, which is why I think it is crucial that we get to Sagitta as soon as possible. Do you believe it's connected to your arrival? I don't see how. The Empire had no idea we were going to attempt to travel through the portal, nor where we would go if we did. Is it possible that they would have warned the Empire in this era of our arrival? Well, don't look at me. Well, Megatron, what do you think? You were held at the hub as a prisoner for a long time. Did you hear any whispers regarding our plan during your stay there? Primus was one of the light gods. Primus was a god, a myth of great debate across Cybertron in the era before Civil War spread across our homeworld. Yes, and the Lords of Darkness brought forth the Chaos Bringer Unicron, Devourer of Worlds. And because the Matrix was part of Primus, it's the only thing that could stand in Unicron's way. I remember stories of fallen gods, but until now I had no way of knowing whether they were real. You have just turned yourself into a prophet. No, I'm not a prophet. This is not about religion. We're talking about the very fate of the galaxy, perhaps the universe. This is all very real, Optimus. I know it is, but do not underestimate your importance. I am just a soldier, nothing more. What on Cybertron happened? There was a terrible surge of power from the Matrix that debilitated my systems momentarily. It was like a voice screaming in my mind. Something terrible has happened. The Optimus Prime who traveled from the future with you is dead. Oh no, the Matrix felt his death. If what you say is true, then perhaps it is. The Matrix felt his death. It felt his pain as though it was suffering itself. Well, I guess you can revert back to the other form then.
Should be me that's dead now, not him. Tell me, how did he die?
From what we know, he died with honor and courage.
Then there's that at least. Let's assure he didn't die in vain.
We're ready to make final approach to the Sagitta system.
I have a bad feeling about this.
I think Optimus may have been right. This is too much of a coincidence. I think they knew we were coming and they launched a preemptive strike. That's impossible. How could they know? I wish I knew, but somehow they do. They also know that we'll have no choice but to try and stop them. I think we're walking into a trap. Optimus, Megatron, we're about to make our final jump to Sagitta. I think you'll want to be up here for it. Easy, Springer. You're safe now. Where are we? I'm not entirely sure. What will Wheeljack think about this place? He didn't make it. How many others didn't make it? Losing troops, losing friends is always the hardest part of being a leader in war. It is part of the grand scheme of things that only a leader can shoulder the responsibility for. Yet you have broad shoulders, Springer, and your actions today have given the galaxy a second chance. We're trapped here. No hope of escape. People died for this. I'm a fool. Any other day I would agree, Autobot. You're supposed to be dead, or am I in hell along with you? To be trapped in a mysterious dimension of apparent nothingness with only a miserable bunch of Autobots as company would be hell. Happily, that is not the case. You see, for the past 500,000 years or so, I have been kept as a guest of the Empire, and housed in one of their luxurious prison cells. During my time there, I did learn some things about the Empire. For example, how the portal works. Your actions today have not been wasted. We merely languish in a holding dimension, a bit of nothingness in between realities. This was to be a staging area for Jax's armies. From here he would have sent them through the other side of the portal to whatever parallel universe he so desired.
Why should I believe you?
Why not? What would I have to gain from lying? Here, let me prove it. Look, in the distance you can see the other side of the portal. Fine, I'll trust you for now. But believe me, Megatron, if this turns out to be a deception, I promise you it will be your last. You overestimate your own abilities, Autobot, and your mistrust of me is ill-conceived. Remember, we're on the same side now, so show a little warmth. Don't push your luck, Megatron. After all we've done, we can never come to trust you. If you harbor hopes of completing your mission, I suggest we consider haste. Time runs concurrent on either side of the portal. And I don't suppose that Unicron or Galvatron will hang around until you overcome your weak insecurities.
Let's keep our optics open, huh? Engage hyperspace engines. Open a hyperspace intersection point and take us in.
Wow, it's the entire Amaranthian Armada. All of the Liege Maximo.
This is the threat we all face.
I think I now understand your concern over the problem.
By the Matrix. I've seen them do worse. To them, this armada is only a small flotilla.
The nearest battlecruiser is demanding we identify ourselves.
Send them one of their known codes, preferably an older one. Hopefully, with the codes, with the Decepticon insignia, we can bluff our way through and land on the surface unnoticed, amongst all the other ships.
What can we possibly do to stop them?
We can't stop them. All we have to do is try and save as many as possible. Anything?
There's a faint infrared trace moving toward the port. Somebody passed that way not long ago.
From the look of the devastation, the city was destroyed a few days ago. That means somebody's still alive. Unless it's a trap. What is to port? Another floating city? Mountains. Some ancient ruins. Ancient ruins? That might be an ideal place for civilians to shelter in. The Imperial forces up in orbit probably won't target that area. Optimus, Megatron, cancel the search. There's no one alive here. I believe any survivors may have traveled to the ruins in the mountains west of the city. There's nothing here that hasn't been scorched.
I've never seen such utter devastation. Not even on Cybertron.
I have. This is what they did to Earth in my history. The ruins described on the map appear to be inside the network of caves.
Who built them? Obviously not the Sagatians, unless they suddenly have a growth spurt.
I don't have that information. Primus, so there are survivors. We are Autobots. We received your distress signal. We're here to help. We know, because we sent the signal. Relax. He's with us.
No, he did this. It was the Decepticons. They showed no mercy. No mercy.
How'd you come to be on this planet, Road Rage?
We were running medical supplies through to Moon Base 1 and 2 from the Novitica system when we picked up the distress signal. We came to investigate, but were shot down. I'd never seen an armada so terrifyingly large before. The rest of the crew died on impact. I made my way to the nearest city, rounded up as many survivors as I could find, and led them here. I hope you've brought the whole Autobot army, because nothing less is going to be able to stop the Decepticons this time.
Well, where are the others? There are no others. This is just us. Just you? With all due respect, that's not enough.
Apparently a ship has just touched down outside the mountain. It sounds like several Decepticon platoons have disembarked, all armed to the teeth, I'd wager.
Damn. They must have realized who we were right from the start, and then allowed us to land to lead them to the survivors.
I will not allow more harm to come to the Sagatians. We will stay and defend them to the death if necessary. We haven't got a prayer. And of all people, you bring him in here. Why?
Because he's not the Megatron you remember. He's from the future, as am I. It will take too long to explain in full, but you must trust me. Optimus does.
Right now, we don't have much time, so I need everyone to follow our commands and not question any of them. First of all, what is this place? They're old ruins, not built by the Sagatians. They believe them to be alien artifacts from a time before the Sagatians achieved civilization themselves. It's all very fragile and an absolute maze. Even the Sagatians haven't explored this place fully. They say there's also lost alien technology amongst the ruins of the city.
How many Sagatians are among the ruins? Perhaps 50. Is there a back door out of here?
Yes, near the top of the ruins there's a passageway that leads out to the plateau halfway up the mountain, but it's cold out there.
The Sagatians will have to manage. Road Rage, I want you to go with the others and lead the Sagatians to safety. Primary and I will remain behind to hold off the Decepticons for as long as possible. Now wait 1 minute, Springer. Primary and I know what we're doing. Remember, where we come from.
But several platoons? That could be as many as 30 or 40 Decepticons. You'd be outnumbered 20 to 1 at best.
Never tell me the odds. Just get the Sagitans to safety. Please go now. You're one of the bravest Autobots I shall ever meet, Springer. No, but maybe one of the luckiest. I'll see you later. So what do you think? I think we'll most likely be dead within a bream. Besides that,
Well, the ruins look fragile at best. If we use mag grenades at strategic points, we'll be able to slow their advance, and perhaps pick off the others with our blasters.
agreed. Set the grenades while I'm gone. Where are you going? To get the Gon's attention. Time to go to work. Primary, how are things coming along? Sagatines are almost out. I've still got a few grenades to plant. I got a whole phalanx of Decepticon soldiers marching toward me. They're so close I can smell them. The last of those grenades planted. Because ready or not, I'm coming in. I'm gonna have the whole damn Imperial Army on my tail. Roger that. I'll be ready for them. Primary out. Thanks, buddy. No worries, but check your six. Come on. They're coming. They're coming. The road, mind. Yes, but they're planted further up the road. Blow it now. What? He'll be cut off. Just do it.
Magnificent. Impressive. Magnificent, in fact. The information was indeed correct. These Autobots are a force to be reckoned with. The display against some of my best troops really proves it. However, it is time that we cease playing games with them. Our troops outside will locate and apprehend the surviving Sagitans and the Autobots, along with them.
What about Springer?
Fear not, Galvatron. I leave him to you, an impaler. He should prove to be a worthy test of your abilities. Although I do warn you, I want him alive.
Springer. Execute them all. Failure is not tolerated. Execute them. All of them. Get clear. I'll hold them here. I can help. Remember, we have orders. We mustn't kill him. And why not? He's an Autobot. Our leader has decreed it. Forget not that we are all one race of Cybertronians. The firstborn Autobots are to be given an opportunity to join our crusade. If they cannot see the righteousness of our mission, they shall be removed. Look, the Autobot knows he cannot beat us, so he runs. Pathetic. He will be given one single chance to repent. If he doesn't join, he will die.
At last, I have the infamous Optimus Prime in my hands. You'll return with me to the hub, and there you shall repent, or you shall die.
Who are you? How dare you attack the innocent civilians of this planet?
Do not patronize me, Autobot. You're only still alive because I wish it. Look, even the mighty Springer has fallen. You have no choice in this matter.
Now that you have us, at least let the Sagatians go. They've done nothing to you.
Their fate is already sealed. I have plans for this world, call it a test. Like you, they have no choice.
If you are so sure of yourself, then why do you hide behind that hood and cloak? If you have any conviction of your ways, then show yourself.
I have remained hidden up until now because it suited my needs. However, now you are in my custody, and the Autobots have been rendered leaderless, and my time of secrecy is over.
What? Impossible.
I may have been beaten in the future, but I, Jyaxis, chief commander of the Cybertronian Empire, still reign in the past. For that, I have Megatron to thank. Your work has been splendid.
Thank you, my master. One shall stand, One shall fall. Why throw away your life so recklessly? That's a question you should ask yourself, Megatron. It's deja vu or something? No, it is not, Autobot. It's an ambush. Yes. I, Galvatron, of this timeline shall rewrite destiny. No, Galvatron, don't. Like I'm gonna listen to you. You're not even our J-Axis. What are you talking about? Of course I'm J-Axis. What's going on? You mean she's an imposter? I'm told she's a clone of J-Axis. Alarion of the Amaranthian Empire.
You'll never prove it, because you'll never get out of here alive.
Decepticons forever. Wait, Galvatron, don't do it. There's an Amaranthian virus corrupting you. Why should I believe in Autobots? Maybe you not believe in Autobot, but believe I stomp. Grimlock is behind me. That doesn't scare me.
Enough, Galvatron. As a clone of J-Axis, I have his command codes, and therefore you're trapped here.
We are trapped in some sort of electronic menagerie and must escape. I will destroy the menagerie and slay you. Megatron from the Siege timeline. I wouldn't trust the Autobots. No, but we will all be destroyed. No, Galvatron, don't destroy the hub. It'll blow up this universe. We can always relocate. No, Springer, he's not aiming at the hub's core. I know. He's aiming at me. I would have waited an eternity for this. It's over, Springerus Prime. What's happening to us? It appears we have broken the hub. The symphony of destruction and the anthem of agony. Prime. One shall stand, one shall fall. Why throw away your life so recklessly? That's a question you should ask yourself, Megatron. No, I will crush you with my bare hands. Oh no, you have deactivated Hot Rod. I would have waited an eternity for this. It's over, Prime. Never. What the hell? This time it really will be over, Prime. What? Who are you? I am destiny itself, and I will change the future for all Decepticons. No, this is my fight. I get to slag Prime. Out of the way, Megatron. You'll thank me later. This must be some sort of time-space paradox. Kill him, Megatron. Kill him now. I do not follow your orders, stranger. You are me. I wouldn't trust me if I were you. Oh no, I take it destroying me would destroy the timeline. And sparing you would be even dumber. I intend to correct that oversight. Destroy him now, future me. And why should I follow your orders? Because the war for Cybertron timeline ended peacefully. Yuck! Your future self is trying to disrupt the timeline. He cannot be allowed to do it, Megatron. You're not very convincing, Prime. I have waited through 3 universes for this. It's over, Prime. You would destroy universes to defeat me. Such heroic nonsense. I've done it. I've crushed Optimus Prime. I hate these Autobot clingers. I'm not clinging. I just don't want. Tell Magnus I just don't want to go back. No, wait. It's more complicated than that. Galvatron, shut you. Get hold of yourself. Tell Magnus that the me from 2 weeks in the future is currently on the planet. And due to some sort of temporal paradox that I still don't understand, I shouldn't be interacting with anybody until the real me, who is me, but isn't in the same place as me, comes here and is given this message. While the me that is me comes back and is already here. I think. Got it? Because Adrix thinks that when you say, take me back to when you picked me up, that means more than the geographic precise location. That's why. Just deliver the message. I'm taking 2 weeks off in my quarters and I don't want to be... Springer? What in Primus's name is going on here? Let him go. Let me go. Thanks, me. These crazy bots thought I should be upgraded. So what's the problem? Why don't you just give them something else?
These were my direct orders, sir. I can't break orders.
Give me that. Those are my orders. Primus Almighty. I was kidding. No, kidding. I said to make me into something else because I was kidding. Oh, forget it. Move over. Here. This is better. Sorry, Miki. I would have thought they'd treat you better after all you've done for us. I think you'd like the form that I picked out for you. Downside is, you'd have to wait a few decacycles for the systems to reboot before you get it. Well, I've waited this long. Take care, old friend.
I am sorry. I had no idea that you and the Elder were friends.
Yeah, I guess you never thought about what might be lurking in the cryptic past of a pitiful little guy like me.
Sorry?
Oh, it's all right. I'm not one to brag anyway. Well, how'd you get to know the Elder so well? It's a long story, and I'm not going to tell it. We only have a few cycles left here. This crazy hub station is messing with their minds.
Yeah, so what if we're fighting some kind of final battle or something?
It appears the hub's computer stole that information from our minds or something. So we're still in the menagerie, as you called it. Apparently, but we're not just data. We're physically here, not just NPCs. Any idea who's controlling this thing? I thought it was you Liege Maximo people controlling it.
Don't look at me. From my perspective, I just got here too.
Well, that's great. Are there others in here?
Yes, there are, but we have to be careful to determine whether they are or aren't NPC.
Oh, great. Okay, we give up. Truce. You're not fooling us. We know there's only 3 of you and you're outgunned. Well, I admit it. We are rather alone here. Well, I give up. You'll have to take me prisoner. No, look, I give up, yes. Forget it. That's not the plan. But Slag, capturing Cyclonus would make us famous. We could demand any ransom we wanted, and those foolish Autobots would pay it. Think of the money we could make. That's not the plan. May want to kill him anyway. You mean you'd kill me? You think, Primus? Huh? Well, imagine my horror, can't you? I mean, here I am, guardian of the universe and everything. I meet you.
I mean, Cyclonus couldn't even make his mark as merchant of Icon, let alone hit a real target.
Why, you... No. What do you know? Down like a couple of Insecticons. Something wrong here, Springer. Like big time wrong. What you mean, Grimlock? Big, Slag. As only one head of the Hydra be. What are the Dinobots yammering about?
As in, there goes Springer, thwarter of the big scary conspiracy to make the universe an evil place. As in, call a press conference that everyone attends.
Oh, something big. Yes. I not do investigation stuff very well. I'm not sure yet, but to pull this off, they'd need access protocol chips, and I mean really good ones. No, this doesn't look good. No, it doesn't. In fact, it looks very, very bad. The only way these guys could get their hands on something like this is if someone within Autobot Command gave it to them.
So it's likely there's conspiracy afoot.
Yes, I'm going to download the file record for last week on this commune. Hopefully we'll find out what they were looking for.
Good idea, I think.
Springer hits Holovid addicts. No, wait. I've got a better one. 2 nabbed and bungled break-in.
Wait a minute, there's no Springer in that last one.
Oh, you're right. How about Springer hands Decepticon actors bad review?
How about Springer tells Decepticon actors to break a leg and they oblige?
It's perfect.
We've been looking for you.
And we have been looking for you. It's sure been a while since I had time to relax in a place like this.
Good to see you again.
Not bad. Galvatron doesn't have the same organizational skills that Megatron or even Shockwave had. Mostly border skirmishes these days, although Command seems to think that the better intel is playing a large part in our success. Gotta love being a neutral. Same daily pay and less than a quarter of the energon to buy. Primus, I could order enough drinks tonight to float myself down to the spaceport.
I'm glad everyone's doing well.
Nothing in comparison to your work, I'm sure. I mean, wow. Springer, you must have learned an awful lot from Prime over the years.
Yeah, it's been a learning experience, all right. Which is something I need to talk to you about before we come to the station.
I hope you know how much I appreciate the offer. I couldn't say yes fast enough.
Have a look at this. Another piece of the mystery. Is something going on? I believe so. Cage is trying to hold us here. That's weird. I had the same feeling.
What a figment.
So what will he have us do first?
Investigate the chip with the markings on it, I imagine. Hello? I got your message.
Well, what are you standing around?
Were you planning on hanging out in the foyer? We've been watching your walk up for ages now. Terrible dilly-dally.
And you are?
Trax. Come along with me. I'll introduce you to the others.
Nice to meet you all.
We're Covert Ops, the best bar none.
Certainly an interesting way of getting in touch.
The first chip was just a locational device and microphone transmitter. We had to be certain that you weren't secretly working for the Decepticon.
The Decepticons? Springer around?
Yes, we're certain it could never happen to this team. But we had to make absolutely certain. An off-road superstore, really, that's a cover.
And you must be Primary. Road Rage, why don't you show Primary our communication center?
Can I come too?
And you must be Springer then.
That's me. What's this all about?
Terribly sorry for the dramatics. We had to be rid of Primary so that we could talk with you directly.
Yes, we had a feeling that you were the one best suited to make use of our services.
Don't worry. We've got enough in there to keep her occupied for a while.
Wow, what services are you offering exactly?
We know that you have an Autobot access chipset that you need to have deciphered. We have expert skills when it comes to encrypting technology. Plus, Autobot Command trusts us with the access chip databases. If there's something peculiar about yours, we'll find it.
That's exactly what I'm looking for. How did you know that I have the chip?
There isn't much about you and Primary we don't know. We've been keeping tabs on you since his last assistant traded in for the Decepticons.
I remember.
Fact is, we had solid intel that she was going to defect a week before she actually did it. We would have taken her out. But Primary got in the way of the extraction operation, and then we lost track of her until she was surfaced on Daklava.
Some slaggin' fine work you did on Daklava, by the way. Ever think about signing up for the Ghost Corps?
If you ask me, I'm already a covert agent.
Let's see if we can shed some light on this, shall we? Well, this chipset has no current assignment protocol.
What a surprise. You almost think they don't want us to know where it came from.
Have a look just there. A real professional.
Close, but no burning leaf roll.
Have a look at the packet signature sensor in the third quadrant. Cheeky, just daring us not to notice.
Gotta hand it to him. So what's the verdict?
You're in possession of a 100% fake. Possibly the best fake ever constructed, but still a fake.
Slagging shortlist of cons could have pulled this one off. Who would you like for it? Toaster Uskus or Mr. Monotone?
Oh, Toaster for sure.
Oh, Toaster for sure. This sucker's a work of art.
Patently ridiculous. Absolutely impossible that Toaster has the resources for it. He's earned himself top spot on Galvatron's smelting list after the Bladerdix incident.
Your servos must be sludged. Toaster or nothing. Boot up your slag and optic system. Tracks. That's the hallmark right there.
Oh, really? Care to place a friendly little wager on it? Or is your courage limited to inane hooting? Let's not forget it's 2-1, so let's see you put your money where your mud flaps are. Oh, okay. What exactly does this mean? Well, there's a spot of disagreement between us, but we narrowed down the possible forgers for you. Here's a list of all the Decepticons with the skills necessary to forge an access chipset. The top 2 names on the list are the most likely candidates who have created a forgery of this caliber. I'm in the minority, so my choice is listed second, although I wish to state for the record this bears no reflection on reality in my opinion. Anyway, all you have to do is find your forger, and you'll find your answers. Oh, and do let us know who it was, won't you? That's going to be difficult. Well, there are other ways to get information than dusty discs. You must go to North Tarn, but it's rough. Be careful. Oh, we can handle it. Keep your sensors about you.
Well, I don't see what you were worried about, Springer. This place couldn't be more docile if I tried. I'd have to find it later. Time to cheer up the locals with tales of my wondrous exploits.
Not this time, Primary. You let me do the talking, okay?
You worry too much. Oh, all right.
Springer, can I talk to you for a minute? Just a cycle.
Nice work, Springer. Obviously you need my help. 3 microquarts of Valadix gold. Good sir.
Only despotic scum drinks Valtic gold. We do not care much of that type round here. We didn't care for much of that type when they called us kinfolk. Only one thing they're good for. Targeting. Wait, don't shoot. We're not Decepticons. We're Autobots from out of town. We didn't mean anything. Please. Well, scrap me. This one did not have the wimpy warble of an Iconian drone bot. You're a long spot from whom, lad? Aye, one more slagging colonial who thinks he knows best, for we poor stuff are in tardies in the dark heart of Cybertron.
Kill him, Decepticons. Kill him, Decepticons. What? We've already been over that, you moron. Watch it. He might actually strike the Energon on the counter.
Are ye daft and a slagger? What means he disparaging his aim? He's half and again a fighter he'll ever be.
I say we blast them all. Iconian slaggers ain't worth a boot more than Decepticons in any case. First one to hit on a Dramidon Energon on the counter pulls cleaning duty for the slagging Iconian shells. Ready to fire on me mark, lads. Arrgh! Arrgh! I cannot stand this no more. Stand down your guns and show him his due honor, you lot of slag-slinging, rustler-railing ringnuts.
Are any lads come home?
Aye, 'tis true. We have half a-feared you'd gone and forgotten yourself in that Iconian wasteland. Opens your mouth and out come that dreadful accent.
Forget myself. And what of your lot, then? Threatening violence when you slagging well can see that Springer before you. It's a higher Autobot honor you ne'er find. I had thought the stamp of the purple to right to the forehead before that should happen. Blitzwing, what in the name of Primus is going on here? Sorry, I didn't want to tell you that I was part of Cybertron originally. What? Blitzwing. For Primus' sake, Blitzwing, I grew up in Dead End, where bots shoot you as soon as they look at you. And you come home and they throw a party.
A dead ender? I'll drink to that. Before you stands a dead ender still living the fight for the Autobot cause. Here's a toast to the brave lad, come to the paradise from the Badlands. Hoorah! Hoorah!
Oh, Primus.
Have yourself a seat at our table, lad. They call me Road Rage. I'm the leader of this merry band. That's Hoist in green, and that's Night Racer in blue, and there's the twins.
And a stunningly apt description it is. Watch your tone, Dolly. What in Primus' name is going on here? What language is this?
Have a seat and start drinking. You'll feel better. You're demi-lad.
You're a demi-lad? As an academy lad. I was the only member of the North Tarn neighborhood to make it into the Iconian Military Academy.
And we're right proud of it, too.
What brings you to our little Tarny pub, lad? Or should I be asking the Holyvids over here?
Springer's running this engine.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna head back to the hauler and wait for you there. This day has just been too confusing. Besides, I've got a ton of work to do, and it's very important communication before I set it out. A toast to the dead ender.
Oh, it's all right. If it weren't for me, this lot would never stick together. And they couldn't hit the broadside of a battleship either. So someone had to get the job done.
Actually, I was trying to be passive-aggressive. I need information. After all these years, I did not think anyone would ever come looking for that information. You know something about it? Time of Mucklestrike, lad. Before my time, I grew up here and I still don't know anything about it. Besides, if I had known, I would have told you a long time ago. Not if you had been there yet. Surely not. We speak no more of it, lad. Please, it's critical that you tell me what you know. The Decepticons were captured weren't the ones calling the shots. Whoever planned the break-in is still out there, and is going to come back for the information. What if Galvatron is behind it? What if Galvatron doesn't send 2 or 3 more Decepticons next time, but brings 100 sweeps blasting into North Tarn instead? What about the lives of your friends and neighbors? What about if they're captured by Decepticons and tortured, or get their memory banks drained for the information?
I think you should tell them.
I swore I'd never tell an outsider, and I never will. Well, I appreciate anything you can tell me, but I'd never want to rob you of your honor. The mine you're looking for is not far from here. It employed lots of Cybertronians, both Autobot and Decepticon, before it collapsed. And I always suspected a support beam failure is not the real reason the mine fell, or at least not the precise reason. We are some of the few that survived. I thought only 3 survived the collapse. We got out of the mine as it started rumbling. We felt it and got out before it, but others didn't. They were trapped.
Oh, some of you may be thinking to yourself that it's not possible, that no one in the Autobot ranks could possibly be secretly working against the cause of freedom. Well, I'm here to tell you that there are traitors among us. I have in my hand the beginnings of a list of every known Decepticon sympathizer, collaborator, or secret agent in the Autobot ranks. Surely not. Slagging oblivion. I scanned it and sent the runes through mobile teletran, and it came back with one hint. Antolin, a really old, really dead form of ancient Autobot, from a really old, really dead Autobot world. Any idea why Toaster Tux would do this? I tried running the small runes scratched on the back of the medallion first. It says insert tab into slot, rotate until arrow lines up with circles. That's all. I'm sure that'll come in handy if we ever need to zap ourselves with an obelisk. How about the other half? Working on it. Here we go. It just says Sphere of Protection. Mystery of Domestic Defense. That's odd, isn't it?
Primus. I bet the Gons were looking for the same thing we had been after. And it sounded like they had nearly succeeded. Did you notice this? Right here, the source refers to the Antillans as the Lost Legion. Yeah, why wouldn't it be? They were wiped out by the Cosmic Rust.
Yeah, but look at it. It was written 1,000,000 years before the Cosmic Rust hit. See, it was written before the Antillans even left Cybertron.
That is strange. I thought about the crooked sign in North Tarn that indicated the tumble portion of Rock and Tumble. No sign of Cybertronian life on the surface. And no ships in the sky besides us. Although these guys had stealth ships, like you say. That may not be surprising. Just have to take our chances. What about the orbiting asteroid? Coming in over the southern pole seems to have done the trick. There's no sign of asteroid movement in our direction. Good to hear. The largest city complex is here. And that's where we'll land the shuttle first.
I'm bored.
Well, get your tailpipe in the shuttle then. Because we're going to make another world safe from evil. We're going to have to stop somewhere. Hey, I think that thing is a communication station. How do you know that?
A hollow projection.
If Cybertron be your home, far away and never roam. Hear my message, listen in fear. Danger comes, the end is near. Just like us, you soon will rust. All be turned to dust. Well, that was cheery. Doesn't answer the question where the evildoers are, though. There was a battle here. Begin analysis. Look at this. Look at this. There was an obelisk here, but it wasn't made out of the same material as the other ones here. No, it doesn't.
What does it mean?
It means one in Cybertron is like the one in this spot. The obelisk that ended up on Cybertron came from this spot. Someone went through a lot of trouble to make sure that it was protected. Specifically, these two step soldiers. I'm betting that the one who survived took it to Cybertron. But where did he take it to get it off-world? I think I know.
Is it just me, or does this place look like a laboratory?
How can you tell?
Oh, I don't know. Just seems like it to me. Must be all the shells.
What shells?
Well, look, won't you? There's clearly post holes in the walls here. They're deep, too. Like support beams for shelves.
I think she's right. Fine, a laboratory. Nothing in it, though. There's a door here. Let me in just there. Whoa!
What is it?
A stasis chamber? Encased in another stasis chamber. And maybe another, and another. There's enough rust dust material in this closet for at least 4. That's it. If there was something you wanted protecting, and you knew that cosmic rust was going to eat everything, what would you do?
Leave the planet?
No, you'd put it in a stasis chamber, except that it would be vulnerable too. So you'd keep nesting them into each other, hoping that the rust effects would give up before the last chamber broke. That's true. But it also helps if you suspend them from the ceiling by a nanometal thread. It probably held up the outer stasis chamber until the majority of the cosmic rust germs had eaten everything else and the unit was out of danger. So it's just natural rust from eons of neglect? Probably so. Pretty clever if you ask me.
So the fake disc led us to this obelisk. And now it's playing this weird videotape.
Let's get on with it.
I did not know whether this message will ever reach sapient sensors. The worst has happened. Selenon and his followers have made good the oath to wipe Antilla clean for the crimes they've committed against our kind. He has gone completely mad. The planetary communication system is completely destroyed. All it will play now is Selenon's sick rhyme, promising death to every native of Antilla, and warning everyone who would visit from the motherworld of the destruction.
Holy Primus, what does this mean?
What it means is the Amaranth are the ancestors of these Antilla.
And the Liege Maximo are outshot as well. As a secret they wanted to keep.
It was never supposed to be this way. I beg anyone who sees this message to understand. We developed the cosmic rust to sustain life, not destroy it. It was a perfect biological solution to our energy problem.
What? They were going to assassinate half the population with cosmic rust? And they called their king crazy?
Selenon knew this very well. He knew the weaknesses of our High King and his council, and knew that their paranoia with the Motherworld would be exploited and turned against him. Peredrin feared that at any moment, Cybertronian Autobots would arrive in their ships to punish this world for subjugating and enslaving the microbot race.
These jerks have been making bioweapons for eons.
Even in death, apparently. I wonder how that works. Well, obviously, their elite weren't dead. They escaped. It wasn't long before Selenon turned on our new weapons against us. The obelisks that he helped design were supposed to be fitted with systemic cosmic rust generators, so that each one would have a limitless power supply independent of the city grid.
They got no idea they got double-crossed by their own leadership. Actually, it seems more like they became a cult afterward and started worshipping them.
We were thus fully vulnerable for the next phase of Selenon's plan.
Their initial king was running a fool's errand.
Yes, this zealot took over. It occurs to me that if you are watching this program, it means that our plan has probably succeeded. Some of them must have got free after that and became Micromasters. And Minicons in another universe. The Decepticons must be held here somewhere. Enough games. If you're here, you've got the activation medallion with you. Very clever. I thought for certain that my newer mercenary hires would have already extracted it from those buffoons. But having it handed to me for free is better.
Wait a minute, what are you talking about?
It appears you're in possession of the very last activation medallion in existence, which is fortunate because it's exactly what I need to make this obelisk work. I've been studying how to make them work. Now hand it over, unless you like to watch your little friend here get crushed into a cube.
Here. But it doesn't work. Put it in an obelisk in the main city and nothing happened.
Foolish Autobots. Your own idiocy is the only thing that prevents you from unlocking the universe's greatest weapon yourselves. It's clearly written on the back how to use this medallion. Of course, you wouldn't know this. No, Ali Ryan, don't do it. This hub awakened my original form of Jihaxis. She's been corrupted by this place. Now watch as I activate this and end your pathetic little lives. You can forget about your little Porostop coating, assuming you were at least smart enough to put that on. The energy beam output of this device will burn a hole right through your systems. You'll just rust from the inside out instead of the other way around.
Duck. Hey, Ironworks. Hey, Blitzwing. Duck. I'm on it.
Well, we defeated him.
You can thank me for letting you borrow my gunship. It was your ship. I thought it belonged to the Decepticons. Yeah, it did. What that means is that we came here in the ship you apparently confiscated from the Decepticons a while back. It was parked at command at Iacon, and nobody seemed to be using it at the time.
But why? You know we're perfectly capable of handling this ourselves.
Sure you are. It's a matter of honor. We got your message while we were helping to construct a new civic center in North Tarn. We hadn't been gone from our posts more than 5 cycles before the construction assembly we'd been working on exploded, and the whole place was overrun by Decepticon mercenaries. If you haven't warned us. We'd looked like that crushed up slagger. We sifted through the data archives and translated the runes on the medallion and came here. Oops. Slagging Iconians. Loafing off when there's fighting to be done. About all this, thanks guys. 'Tis a job for a tarny. Thanks guys, you came just in the nick of time. You're welcome. What do we do with that cursed thing? Keep it, will ya? Are you crazy? I'd have to give it to command in Iacon, and then they'd just lose it. Primus, they can't even keep hold of an impounded spacecraft. 'Tis a job for a tarny. Yes, it is. How do you think that they'll take to the discovery of their long-lost relatives? Right proud. One of the first additions to the new Civic Center, when it's completed, should be a memorial commemorating all the unknown soldiers who perished in Cybertronian wars. They're going to use the hologram data as the template for the statue. I'm excited to see North Tarn thrown off the shackles of the past. Sorry about my politeness. That's okay. RC Jr., what are you doing here? Well, technically I'm not here, Springer. I'm part of the program. We appear to be held here, and this story was bizarre.
Possible origins of the Planet Master and the Liege Maximo.
Isn't a Liege Maximo kind of a Planet Master?
We must hurry before the hub shuts down.
Some of your friends are still living in here. We must capture them. Oh, of course, this little Attila adventure was merely part of the program. Apparently. Wonder why Galvatron wasn't in this one.
He was preoccupied with other things.
Let us go. Not just yet. That's quite a young mech you've got there, Zeal. You must be proud. Yes, I am. How about you? I know I've been out of the loop for a while. It took some time for me to get settled here, you know. But the new second over there has been keeping us pretty up to date. Ironhide always has something interesting to share over a mug with Ratchet and I. Plus, we've made some new buddies here as well. You met Wheeljack at the depot. He's a fairly brilliant engineer, as long as you're not standing within 20-meter radius of when he's being brilliant. Besides, Blues tells me everything. He's fairly bursting with pride himself. Blues is nothing but to be proud of. Well, unless I got the wrong story. Your mech Trax his part. You were not misinformed, TR, but Trax is mine. That was the deal. Deal? What deal? Yes, this was a pairing of necessity. I made the rules. He got a say in the construction of the body, some basic pre-programmed sequences. But the end result is mine, and mine alone. Huh? What are you talking about? Trax is perfect, is he not? Well, Jazzy seems to think so. We were really worried about her when we heard about Jazz. It's nice to see her around. With Magnus, it's neither right nor fair in a world that is sorely lacking in both these conditions. He was the city commander at Rivlin. How's going Jazzy's training? Astral's passivity, Blazor's arrogance, Jizzy's unpredictability, and Blues' very existence. They are easily influenced. Arise for Iron the Zealot. What? How did I survive this?
The hub is directly connected to the multiverse.
You cannot destroy just one. Wow, my transmutation theory was correct. Great to see you, Zeal. It's been a while. Where in the pits did Springer go? Nice to know nothing changes. Springer is busy in the main med lab, but Wheeljack said he would be happy to show you the way. Hey there. Yo.
Stop it and take me to this med lab factory fresh.
Exactly where did you get the idea that I'm just off the assembly line?
You get me some dirt and I'll argue about who's older. Shut up and guide.
Big blue ain't coming, man. All right. Let's get the show on the road.
Beat Street.
Hey, Wheeljack, I'm having a little trouble with the relay system for Grapple's crane. You want to have a look at it? I'm more than happy to oblige. What's this with sending the Vector Sigma reject to bring me here, Hoist? I hate this. You really are getting soft. You actually almost let the door close before throwing a temper tantrum.
Real cute, Hoist.
Ah, so we remember names now. How's she doing?
I didn't come here to talk about that. You didn't even send me a comm, nothing. I heard it third hand from Ironhide, through your second's activity report. This ain't the first time either. I said I don't want to talk about this. I've got more important things to punch you in the aft for.
That's right, this is Iacon, not North Tarn. I've been living in Iacon for a good 7,500 Vorns. And before that, Delacatron for a good count. And before that, Venerex. So why do you insist on calling me a wrecker, when I haven't been one for a good 2 million Vorns? It's what you are, Springer. And what are you? Max Coney?
Except that it hasn't been a place called that in years.
You can't change the past. You can't live there either. The fact is I've been away from Reveran as long as you've been away from Maxicon. We both know that they're deep in Decepticon territory now, and all the likelihood we're never going to see them again. So what's the use of pretending these labels still apply? What's the use in pretending we can go home again and pick up where we left off?
I never figured you for hopeless, Hoist.
It's not hopeless, it's just reality again. You Maxiconi aren't used to living in it, the rest of us. I've moved on. I managed to make Detathlon my home, and I've managed to make Iacon a pretty comfy place to live in as well.
You were made in Reveneer. You used to speak a Reveneer dialect. You're poured of the Revenerian mold, just like Ironhide. What makes you think it's not a defining characteristic?
We've got plenty of other things to define our characteristics tree. You enjoy chucking things at unsuspecting people, and I'm the greatest medic who ever functioned. So I think antiquated city-state labels are redundant. You always were a funny slagger. And over there is the ore processing shuttle from Satrix 4. Comes in every half Vorn and brings in over 2 billion astro units of raw millennium.
Yawn.
Well, that's pretty much it for the space dogs. We can head out to the waste processing center for the shuttle production company.
Well, you know, we'd all be totally keen to check that out, but we know you have work to do.
Oh no, it's my day off.
Tracks. I forgot to purchase Astral's frequency tester at the bazaar. Do you think you might take Road Rage and pick one up for me?
Sorry, I'm not too familiar with the area, even after the great in-depth look. So we may have to catch you two at the depot, okay?
All right then, but don't let the merchants take advantage of it. We're the Lacatrons. We know how to deal.
I mean, this was the last stop. They don't even let anyone into the waste processors. I was running out of totally cerebro-fryingly dull places to drag you three. I can't believe he managed to keep his jazzy from trying to beat me to death for so long. You mean to tell me that you picked those places to intentionally drive us to distraction? How else were we supposed to get rid of the youngsters? Jazzy is hardly just back from Vector Sigma. I'm speaking mentally here. Then should you not be off to the bazaar with them? What? I need to go and visit Ratch. I think because my audios are completely out of sync with reality. I thought I just heard the Zealot make a joke that did not include even a hint of the threat of violence. They're never threats, they're promises.
See, you scratched my paint. Scratch.
Not like scratched paint. He gets snippy. Now Sonny kick Girlbot's aft. Stuff it, sides. Sorry, man, but she...
I don't like your ugly paint job.
Not like your face. Get her. Don't encourage them, man. No, Sonny needs new training fodder for the arena. Yeah, I'd be great gladiator. Girlbot ran off. Too rough, Sonny.
Stuff it. She okay, fighter.
You have no idea, Sonny.
I'm not buffing those marks out of his aft if we get back to Decathlon.
Hey, what is it? I can't find her anywhere, Zeal. I've been over this place for the past 6 cycles and asked any bot I could get my hands on, and nobody seems strut or skid of her. Jazzy's gone?
Yay.
Nothing here, man. We just have to go out and find her. Yo, guys, let's go home. Stay back, or I swear by the sleeping god I will kill you. Jazzy, come on. No, keep her away from him. She will kill him. Ain't got a whole lot of time to discuss this. She called him Blues. No, I plead the fifth. No, I plead the fifth. He followed you. He followed you into the fray. I saw him dance into the firelights. I called him back and he did not even hear me. Did he? Did he, Jazzy? Did he?
She is not Jazzy. She's not yours. She's mine. Primus, damn you. Mine. You will kill her before you understand that.
Sonny, the dispute is at an end. I will not share with one who is willing to throw her away for a chance at living an old dream. Jazzy, I said it before, and I will reiterate. This time forth, stay away from Jazz, or by the sleeping god, I will then the believers hold holy. I will find a way to kill you.
Know this. This is the Liege Maximo. The planet masters, all of them.
I won't pretend to know what's best for her. I know, I'm not pretending.
Grief is natural.
I'm grieving and dying inside. You're just testing her. What would you suggest? Make her come back. Get her mind off it. Gotta forget.
It happens all the time.
Shut it, Tree. I know what you want to discuss. But this is my med lab, and I'm first in line here. Now why don't you calm me about Jazzy coming back online?
She's not your case, she's my case. I don't need to keep you updated on my patients.
This isn't about medical providence triage. I haven't been asking for updates for the last several thousand Vaughns to keep a record on her treatment. She's a friend, and I want to know her condition.
Hoist. A friend? Who are you trying to kid, Hoist?
Getting old, you know. Of course I'm getting old, you reject. I have to deal with insane dancing killing machines, surly flyers, an oversized nude assistant, and mechs who constantly interrupt me. Are you ready to talk? Fine. Why didn't you call me about Jazzy?
Same reason you didn't call me about Jazzy.
That's not an answer, since I don't know why you didn't tell me about Jazzy personally.
The only answer I've got. I don't think you'd care.
That's stupid and a lie. You can't lie to me.
Primus damned if I can't, Dr. High and Mighty Iconian.
Sorry. No, you aren't. No, but it's a sociable thing to say.
Since when have you cared about sociability? You've thrown something heavy at every single bot in Vernix, and a Lexicon, and whoever has come within 10 feet of the medbay door.
I thought we weren't supposed to get into the insult game when we do this.
It wasn't an insult, just a clarification of reality. Sorry, and I actually mean it.
We've established that you are glitched off, and I was transferred to Iago. I wasn't overjoyed at first, but you made it pretty well here. So you didn't tell me about the twins as some twisted form of revenge. Then you can drag yourself off to that stool right now and take a hike over to Axia City and go jump into a smelting pit.
That ain't why, but I'm still glitched off.
Okay, why?
They're killers, Hoist. Cold-oiled, sparkless, unconscionable killers. They're everything we work against, everything we hate. We have to hate them.
No, we don't. They're just...
It's what they are, and we should hate them for all the lives they've snatched away, and hate them for shattering themselves and expecting us to pick up the pieces. We should hate them.
I don't hate them, Triage.
I couldn't do anything for Giaz.
I know. Ironhide said it was a headshot from Galvatron's fusion cannon. No chance. She just sat there and stared at me. You should have calmed me. Talked to me, Triage.
What, you think you can make it all better, Hoist?
I'm going to consider your question, so no, I can't make it better. But it would do you a world of good to talk to someone about it. Note I use the verb talk, in which two people converse about a problem, and not rant, which consists of you screaming at some poor, unsuspecting slagger. Do make yourself feel better.
No, that was your question. It's my turn again. What city-state are we in right now?
Last time I checked, we were stuck in opulent splendor that is Iagon.
That's right, this is Iacon. I've been living in Iacon for a good 7,500 borns. And before that, Delacatron for a good count. And before that, Verinax. So why do you insist on calling me this, when I haven't been in one for a good 2 million years?
Are you saying you've forgotten about it already? That it doesn't matter? Magnus, where have you been? It's a long story. A weird long story. Yes, it doesn't matter. Can't do anything. Oh, she'd see it as an order if I asked her to return. What about the tracks? Worst part is, before she went, wouldn't look at him. Stares right through him. Tracks will pretend it didn't matter to him. If it does, it hurts him. He ain't designed to hurt. Don't know what to do with himself. What do you mean he isn't designed to hurt? He's a good soldier. Yeah, good soldier, not a killer. But ain't what I meant. A gift from the other black and white. Acceptance, small happiness, wonder. Don't know, can't explain. Not important. Only problem is she hurt him. Didn't know what to do. But now, she's gonna drag her sorry, selfless aft back. Show her what she's doing to him. Doing to herself. Doing to... Not sure what kind of kicking she needs, but these boots are good for kicking. You're not talking about tracks. You're talking about me and RC and our kid, aren't you?
The prophet is wise.
Should have brought you more doodles and paint. Make a big blow of it. Make more sense than lying in this aisle. Do not mock me. Sorry, didn't think your dignity was high up there, seeing as how you're just lying on the floor like the aftermath of a born-long vendor. I had not indulged in such vices. Then what are you doing here? I am contemplating. What's that?
It means I'm thinking.
I know what it means, Glitch Singe. What do you contemplate? Death. Leave me. Leave me in peace alone. Oh, you need a kick in your can? Turn around. This one might shake your helm out your aft. Not sure. Wedged pretty tight up there. What do you want of me? Why don't you leave me to my own thoughts? You ain't thinking. If you was, you'd pick up your own can off this walkway and go home. I cannot go home. It's not home anymore. What's that? My Primus, are you a fool? Are you blind, deaf, dumb, completely senseless? Maybe any or all. He will not be there. He is not there. He ain't been there for a while. Now he ain't nowhere. I'm so sorry. Oh, Primus, forgive me.
Shouldn't ask me for forgiveness. I didn't kick the crap out of Primus.
I am so alone. What am I, the invisible bot? That's not what I mean. But you're right. Thank you for being here for me.
Are you here to teach Trax a lesson?
How is Trax? Oh, real good. Gal pal Jazzy bit it. Can't handle that. Lots of people die. Taught him that. Good lesson to learn early. I'm so sorry. You're right. I need to leave. I have to leave this place and come home. Made the choice, Greenie. Came to see you're wishing you'd made a different one. Don't hurt my feelings none. Believe me. I'm still here. The big guy ain't. If you don't know then is there, then I told you to ask him, not me. Heck, told you that anyways, didn't I? Didn't even know, but it ain't right to blame Trax. Primus, no, I could not blame Trax. I couldn't. I know. Just can't help thinking about it. Well, think then. Trying to hide it. That's hurting him. And you know, he ain't meant to hurt. Not like this.
Acceptance, small happiness, wonder. That is what Jazzy said.
Which she had some for the rest of us. Fear not, we can make a little more of our own. He looks like our Springer. Very durable.
I wonder what his hub thing was to spit him out.
I don't know. Perhaps the aliens want information retrieval.
I bet this guy could have taken on Galvatron and his minions.
Yes, but the facsimile of Galvatron running around in here is a problem.
Oh, come on, Siege Optimus. Invoking his name is not going to bring it back.
No, but Hoist can revive this version of Springer.
What? You can't be serious. We shouldn't activate him now.
He is not a facsimile and has the right to life. I will proceed to revive him, then. Who are you?
I am called Primary. I'm sure your universe has a counterpart.
Your circuits were crossed or damaged in the transition.
That is not possible, Optimus Prime. There is no honor in what you do, Autobot.
There is honor and respect in all life forms.
I want you to say it. To admit you're a loser, Optimus Prime.
What did this version of Springer do to your universe?
He and his wreckers laid waste to our entire crew by blowing up our hub.
Well, this hub is intact.
Well, not for long if we revive him and his crew. What faction are you, primary? I am Supreme Commander of the Liege Maximo, and that creature is a murderer.
What faction is your Springer from?
The accursed Autobots of our time. He's their leader.
Huh, he succeeded me then in that universe. Interesting. Siege Prime. There was a battle fought on the other side. So there was a battle fought there. There was a battle that's being fought across the hub. I don't understand the significance.
No, when a battle occurs, there is always evidence of its existence. You find a discharged weaponry from both sides, bodies from both sides, buildings and structures will exhibit damage consistent with gunfire from both sides, corpses from both factions will be found together, things like that. We don't find that here. Everything we've found indicates a completely one-sided attack. This wasn't a battle. It was a slaughter.
But why? It makes absolutely no sense. Did the Decepticons do this to this universe, or the Autobots? We were fighting the Decepticons for eons. Had to make a final push. Doesn't make sense that a ragged band of Autobots could destroy an entire Decepticon armada.
Well, this hub had a plague that attacked it. They were mostly killed.
What is it, a plague of rust?
No, it was a circulatory fluid ailment.
This is how the Springer's going to catch it. He's not immune to it. Like the others that came through. There are others. Yes, there were 8 of you that came through the space bridge. Space bridge? Is that what you call a portal? Yes, but the portal's more elaborate.
Should we inoculate him?
Yes, if that is his wish. I don't know whether I want to go on. My entire world was destroyed. How selfish of him. Magnus, find out about this other place. Yeah, well, I guess it'd be simple enough for the 8 of us to tell you. Just cure me. You may proceed.
Was this the Amaranthian hub of your timeline?
Yes, most of them were killed by a space plague that I unleashed on themselves. Arcee, this feels like a dream. Well, Springer from this timeline, this might be a paradox, but there's someone you should meet. Hello, me from the present. You were in one of my visions. 4 of you, 3 Dinobots, and 1 Decepticon got through. Yep. Yeah, where we come from, we had a kid. We named her Arcee, but she died.
Well, we know. The hub projected your memories, and we saw them.
Well, that's kind of embarrassing. More so for me. They kept killing me in the other timeline. Yeah, we saw that too. That weird facsimile of Galvatron. For real, he's not actually here? No, but the hub generated it to keep us from finding you. It's fascinating. This universe's Wheeljack is dead. Good thing I'm here. There's another siege Wheeljack, actually. It's going to get a little crowded in here. We probably should get out of here before the Decepticons show up. This hub is kind of a lexicon, a storage archive of some kind.
Thus, there will always be some form of Liege Maximo.
The Decepticon fleet of your universe was far larger than ours was.
Perhaps our universe took more risks, and more bioweapons ended up killing them off.
Autobots, it's now up to you to transform your destiny. Make your future a bright one.